Let us discuss the negative power rule and finding the derivative. Suppose we have f of x equals x raised to negative n. All we need to do in finding f prime of x is that you multiply the negative exponent n to x and then again subtract 1 from the original exponent. Let's have an example. F of x equals x raised to negative 5. What you need to do in finding f prime of x is just multiply 5 to x, that's negative 5x, then subtract 1 to the exponent. Negative 5 minus 1, that's negative 6. This is now the answer for f prime of x. Let's have another example. Y equals 3x raised to negative 7. Suppose we have this, and finding y prime, we get to multiply negative 7 to 3, that becomes negative 21 x raised to negative 8. That's negative 7 minus 1, it becomes negative 8. Okay, so how can we solve for other forms of those with negative exponents? Example, g of x equals 3 over x raised to 5. On this case, we know that x raised to 5 is found in the denominator. So if we are going to rewrite this, we can have g of x equals 3x raised to negative 5. Since we already have written that in a different form, wherein there is no denominator of x, now let's have g prime of x. So with that, g prime of x will equal to negative 15x raised to negative 6. All you did was just multiply negative 5 to 3 and then subtract 1 from the exponent of negative 5. Now, let us have more examples. Suppose we have y equals 3 over 4x raised to 7. With this one, we know that x raised to 7 should be a negative exponent if you want to express that into an expression which is not a rational expression. So let's express this one as one expression. We have y equals 3/4 x raised to negative 7. Or this is understood as 3x raised to negative 7 over 4. All we need to do is, in finding the derivative of y, is multiply negative 7 to 3/4 and then subtract minus 1, subtract 1 to the exponent. So we have 7, negative 7 times 3, that's negative 21 over 4, x raised to negative 8. So if we are going to rewrite this one and simplify it, we can have negative 21 over 4x raised to 8. Take note that what we did here is you only multiply the exponent to the numerical coefficient. That's why we have here negative 7 times 3/4. And then what you need to do is just copy the variable and subtract 1 from the original exponent. So instead of having negative 7 as exponent, it becomes negative 8. Now, if you want to rewrite that and simplify it, we can have y prime equals 21, negative 21 over 4x raised to 8. Okay, let's have the last example. Suppose we have y equals suppose we have y equals 7 over 3x. Okay, with this case, if we are going to rewrite this, it will result to y equals 7 over 3x raised to negative 1. Finding y prime, we can have negative 1 multiplied by 7/3. Then put x raised to negative 1 minus 1. Therefore, y prime is equal to negative 7/3 x raised to negative 2, or we can rewrite that as negative 7 over 3 x raised to 2. I hope you learned from this. Goodbye, class.